Hello, I'm Ilishe Mikos, librarian and professor here at Louisburg College. For our Remarkable Women's Challenge this month, I'm going to read to you from one of the most remarkable women that has ever lived and served in our country, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, from her book, My Own Words. Columbia University Law School, from which Ginsburg had graduated at the top of the class 13 years earlier, hired her as the first tenured woman law professor in its 114-year history. Justice Ginsburg calls 1972 the year of the woman in legal academia. Law schools around the country were scrambling under pressure from the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare to add women to their almost entirely male faculties. Although she taught standard law school courses such as civil procedure at Columbia, as she had at Rutgers, where she worked before, she also imported the seminar model she created and had initiated at Rutgers, teaching Columbia law students about gender and law and engaging them in actual litigation and legislation projects relating to gender issues. Also in 1972, Ginsburg undertook with Professors Herma Hill Kay of the University of California, Berkeley's Law School, and Kenneth Davidson of the State University of New York at Buffalo to produce a casebook, as law teaching textbooks are known, on sex discrimination in law. That casebook, titled Sex-Based Discrimination, Text, Cases, and Materials, was published in 1974. The first such work in the United States and quite probably the world. It became an important resource for students and professors in the rapidly proliferating women in law courses at law schools across the nation. Ginsburg contributed 3 chapters to the casebook. Skip all those details. Over the course of the decade, Professor Ginsburg would publish more than 25 legal articles chronicling and critiquing the unfolding law, constitutional and otherwise, on gender equality, law that she herself did so much to shape. Under the ACLU's aegis, which she was the coordinator at that time, she would mastermind briefs submitted in 24 Supreme Court cases, 9 on behalf of litigants, and 15 as friend of the court, also called amicus curiae briefs. On 6 occasions, she appeared before the court to present oral argument. She lost just 1 case. Through her briefs, starting with Reed, she, more than any other lawyer, shaped the legal arguments reflected in the court's opinions, earning her the honorific, the Thurgood Marshall of the women's movement. And thank God for her. By the time she left teaching and litigation for a judgeship on the Federal Appeals Court for the District of Columbia Circuit in 1980, state and federal law had undergone a revolution. But the story of Ruth Ginsburg's contribution to the Supreme Court's equal protection doctrine in gender discrimination cases did not end when she became a judge, as we know. In 1996, during her 3rd term on the Supreme Court of the United States, Justice Ginsburg authored the majority opinion in United States versus Virginia on behalf of 7 members of the court, clarifying and strengthening the approach to gender equality that the court had developed under her tutelage in the 1970s. Thank you, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, for everything you've done for women. Happy Women's History Month.